The Galactic Council had always viewed humans with a mixture of amusement and condescension. Ambassador Zethkar of the Valurian Empire adjusted his crystalline appendages as he watched the human delegate, Sarah Chen, present yet another preparedness proposal to the assembly. Esteemed colleagues, Chen's voice carried across the vast chamber, we urge the Council to consider establishing emergency shelters on all inhabited worlds. Recent stellar surveys indicate increased gamma-ray burst activity in this sector. A chorus of harmonic laughter erupted from the Melodian representatives, their song speech dripping with mockery. The paranoid humans in their bunkers again, trilled their lead singer, always preparing for disasters that never come. Councillor Vrax of the hegemony leaned forward on his 6 legs, mandibles clicking in what passed for their species equivalent of a chuckle. Humans, he buzzed. Your species has survived barely 50,000 years. We have thrived for millions. Perhaps trust in superior experience? Chen maintained her composure, though her knuckles whitened as she gripped the podium. Respectfully, Counselor, survival isn't measured by years alone, but by adaptation to threats. We've learned that preparation is the obsession of a primitive species, interrupted High Admiral Kithos of the Star Domain, her serpentine form coiling with disdain. Your shelters are crude holes in the ground. We have transcended such base fears through technology and evolution. The proposal was rejected by a vote of 847 to 1. 3 months later, the deep space monitoring stations detected it first, a massive gamma-ray burst from a collapsing magnetar, its deadly radiation, racing toward their sector at light speed. The burst was orders of magnitude stronger than anything in recorded galactic history. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session, panic evident in every chirp, buzz, and harmonic wail. Evacuation protocols are insufficient, announced the Melodians, their usual musical speech now a discordant shriek. Our ships cannot carry entire populations. Our atmospheric shields will fail within hours of the radiation's arrival, admitted Councillor Vrax, his mandibles trembling. Billions will die. High Admiral Kithos's serpentine form had lost its regal bearing, now coiled tight with terror. Our energy barriers were never designed for this magnitude of cosmic radiation. In the chaos, a calm voice cut through the hysteria. Earth's shelters are operational and have capacity. Every sensor and optical organ in the chamber focused on Sarah Chen. She stood at the human delegation's modest section, her posture steady despite the galactic crisis unfolding around them. Impossible, hissed Kithos. Your primitive bunkers cannot withstand such radiation. Chen activated a holographic display showing Earth's extensive underground network. Our crude holes extend 12 kilometers deep, with electromagnetic shielding, redundant life support systems, and supplies for extended habitation. We've been expanding them for decades. But surely you cannot accommodate billions of beings, buzzed Vrax desperately. Luna Base, Mars Colony, Europa Station, and the asteroid belt facilities have all been connected through quantum-tunneled transport networks, Chen continued. Combined capacity, 2.3 billion beings of various species. We've run the calculations for atmospheric requirements, dietary needs, and biological compatibility. The chamber fell silent except for the ambient hum of translation matrices. Zethkar's crystalline form flickered with disbelief. You built these shelters expecting to house other species? We built them expecting the worst, Chen replied simply. The worst includes losing our allies. Within 18 hours, the greatest evacuation in galactic history was underway. Massive human transport vessels, previously dismissed as brutish, cargo haulers, revealed their true purpose. Emergency evacuation ships with medical bays, processing centers, and temporary habitat modules. The gamma-ray burst struck 72 hours later. On the surface of hundreds of worlds, advanced civilizations' gleaming cities went dark as their energy shields failed and electronics fried. Atmospheric processors shut down. The proud spires of the Star Domain crumbled. The crystalline cities of Valuria shattered. The harmony worlds of the Melodians fell silent, but deep beneath Earth's surface, in caverns carved from solid rock and lined with lead polymer composites, 2.3 billion beings from across the galaxy waited out the storm. Human engineers worked alongside Valyrian technicians and Melodian scientists, maintaining life support systems that hummed with quiet efficiency. The radiation storm lasted 8 days. When the all-clear finally sounded and the evacuation shelters began to empty, a different galaxy emerged. The survivors stepped into a world where humanity, once mocked for their paranoia, had become the protectors of galactic civilization. In the rebuilt council chambers, now located in Luna's underground complex, Ambassador Chen addressed a very different assembly. The vote to establish preparedness protocols on all worlds, she announced, passes unanimously. High Admiral Kithos, her serpentine pride forever humbled, spoke for many when she said, "We apologize for our arrogance. We thought your caution was weakness." Chen nodded graciously. Preparation isn't about being right about the future. It's about being ready for it, whatever it brings. Zethkar's crystalline form pulsed with newfound respect. Your species teaches us that survival wisdom transcends age. As the session adjourned, delegates from across the galaxy approached the human section with requests for shelter designs, emergency protocols, and partnership in preparedness initiatives. The species once mocked for their primitive bunkers had become the galaxy's guardians. The paranoid humans, it turned out, had been the only ones truly prepared for the universe's harsh realities. In a cosmos where disaster could strike without warning, their obsession with worst-case scenarios had saved everyone. Their shelters, built from caution and maintained through vigilance, had indeed become fortresses, not just against cosmic radiation, but against the hubris that had nearly doomed galactic civilization. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or their courage. It was their absolute refusal to believe that tomorrow would necessarily be kind.